We've risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show, episode 436. I'm your man behind the microphone and your current reigning and defending Scholars of Wrestling World Champion. I am Scholar Jeff. Joining us this week, as always, the wonderfully effervescent, you know him, you love him. He is the OG Undisputed Scholar. He is Scholar Tarek. Scholar Tarek, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I am doing perfectly well. We had an amazing wrestling show last weekend, and now we're continuing the build to see who will leave this weekend the Scholars of Wrestling heavyweight champion. I couldn't be any more excited for, well, let's be fair. Both of these shows are B-level pay-per-views, but I will say the cards uh are there to make them at least memorable
Yeah,
B-rated shows.
I've got a feeling that these shows are going to have a lot more surprises than we're anticipating.
Hmm.
But speaking of surprises, we have the second of the Undisputed Scholars in the house tonight. We have Scholar Brian. Scholar Brian, how's life treating you, sir?
It's treating me all right. I am not as excited as Scholar Tarek about the little tournament we've got going on because let's face it, my record at major pay-per-views um, keeps coming true, and basically, okay, I'm just here for fun because for through my vantage point, I'm basically already out. but but it's all good. It's good to let other people try to become great because I'm already there.
It feels
I
good, doesn't it,
don't need
Brian?
it's good. It's good. Let someone else carry the mantle for a while. It's nice to take a break every now and then.
Well, speaking of champions, that will bring us to our last but not least fourth man in the booth today. We've got the Scholars of Wrestling party champion in the house. He is our coach. He is Scholar Jeremy. Scholar Jeremy, how's life treating you, sir?
Very well since, oh my God, that pay-per-view, AEW All In. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's what a pay-per-view, and I'm excited just to see what we can do with Payback and All Out this weekend. I'm very hyped still.
Oh, yeah, we've got a lot of wrestling to cover. We're going to be covering both Payback and All Out back to back. And all of our totals for all of our prediction scores are all going to be not just up for grabs, but the entire total for All In, All Out, and Payback will be combined. And then the highest combined score, whoever has the highest combined score at the end of the night, will be the new Scholars of Wrestling World Champion. So before we go into our first predictions for the night, let's go over these current standings after night all in. In tied for third place, we've got Scholars Brian and Jeremy with 5 points. In second place, we've got Mr. Scholar in the bank, beefcase holder himself, Scholar Charlie, and tied for first place with 8 points is my lovely self and Scholar Tarek. So this is, as much as Brian says, "Oh yeah, I'm just doing this for fun." There's still a lot of wrestling to be had, and this is still very much anybody's game.
Hey, that's what happens when you're the only one who actually predicted MJF and Adam Cole to win the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships.
I should have gone with it, and I'm still kicking myself because of that.
Oh,
Hey, who
It's one of
knew?
those things. It's one of those things when you look back in hindsight, it's so obvious, but
when,
Right
when
there.
it's
they're
like
when they're the top, one of the top, if not the top story going on in AEW right now, you just have to be like, you know what? You just have to go against the crowd and just be like, let them have it. What other like historic significance is having the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions going for the AEW World Champion. It's just poetic.
Oh yes, there's certainly there were a lot of twists and turns and so much to enjoy with All In. But that was last weekend. This weekend we have not just All Out, but the first show we're going to get to this weekend, that's WWE Payback. So let's dive right in with our very first prediction of the evening. We've got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defending their tag team championships against the Judgment Day. And I'm going to invoke my champion's first right to make a pick. And I'm going to go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think there's a little too much discord for the Judgment Day to decisively take this. I think it's going to permeate the rest of the show, as we'll see. Charlie is not here, so that makes Jeremy. You are the next at the top of the order. Who do you got between Owens and Zayn or the Judgment Day?
After what Rhea Ripley said that there better be more gold added to the stable, that throws a wrench in my thoughts. But do I pull the trigger or do I'm gonna go with what Muscle Mommy says. I'm gonna pick the Judgment Day.
Okay, we got one for Judgment Day on the board. That makes Scholar Tarek. You're up next. Who do you got for this one?
I will say of the 6 matches that are on this card, this one was the real tough one for me to really figure out because there's just so many different pegs to throw in this. I mean, yeah, there is what Jeremy said, the whole thing with what the ultimatum mommy gave. But I think it's going to go in a different direction on what the changes are going to be. So with that said, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to retain because I just see more title opportunities with them holding the tag belts. Hopefully, eventually they'll actually make it one tag belt. I mean, who are we kidding? The tag titles are just going to be the ones jumping shows. But yeah, I'm just going to go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to successfully retain, and the Judgment Day's new ultimatum, new change maker is going to be something very different.
And Brian, who do you got for this one?
Yeah, Muscle Mommy's ultimatum actually cemented my thoughts about what's going to happen on this pay-per-view as a whole, not just this match. Because with everything going on outside of Finn Balor and Damian Priest, I think what's going to happen is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to win because of distraction by JD McDonough on the outside, whether for good, whether whatever that may be. I think that he will cause a distraction for the worse, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will retain, and then that prophecy, that ultimatum will come into play later.
All right, very good. That will move us on to our very next match on the card. We've got LA Knight versus The Miz. Jay, you're the next one up in line. Who do you got for this one?
Right off the bat, I'm just gonna go with LA Knight because I feel that The Miz has not done anything in a while, and LA Knight's just gonna keep pushing forward.
Very good. Scholar Tarek, who's your pick for this one?
It's actually really funny on
Can you
accounts of.
phrase your prediction without saying the word yeah?
I will make no such promises.
Hey, it wasn't a promise. It was just a dare. Go ahead.
Let's see if. Ooh, that's going to be a challenge. I am also gonna go with LA Knight. I actually think this may take the show as like in accounts of sports entertainment wise, it's going to be the match of the night. This is definitely going to be the one that's going to get the crowd up and going. I'm also going to predict LA Knight is going to win. Keep the momentum going with him. Don't be just, oh, he's still popular with the crowd, so let's just have him lose the matches that are important. Now that he somewhat is dedicating this match to Uncle Bray, I think it's a secure win for him. Wow, I can
You
do
made
it.
it. You made it. Brian, with that, it's your pick up next. I think I see a pattern here.
Yeah. Look,
There, he did it for me.
I love
The quota was met.
the
Good
good
job.
thing about the good thing about this is when you give the Miz something serious, okay, and you give him something good to work with, okay, this is the Miz at the top of his game. And when he's putting someone over, okay, it's obvious. This is all to get LA Knight to move LA Knight forward on his journey to the top because I don't see him losing for a long time now. They're going to start pushing him to the moon, and when you give Miz serious material to work with, he's showing you right now that he's still got the goods. So I agree with Tarek. Like this, I don't think it's going to be match of the night, but I think it's going to surprise a lot of people because it's like people have been down on the Miz for years now because they haven't given him the serious work that he was putting on with Ziggler back in the day when everyone was praising both of them in their intercontinental title feuds. And I feel like with this storyline right now, we're getting we're getting that Miz back, and that can only mean good things. But yeah, there's no way that LA Knight loses this match. Not a chance.
Yeah, sometimes it really just is that simple. And I've got to say, part of it is just because I feel like all the factors are just working out in LA Knight's favor. Like every single thing that you can possibly imagine is falling into his lap. The right guy, right timing, even having the last match with a modern day legend in the man who is now literally passed in the legend, Bray Wyatt. Like he even handled that handoff properly. Like the man is batting 1,000. I feel like WWE is finally recognizing that, at least publicly. So yeah, this one is probably going to be the most obvious pick of the entire night. I'm going to go with LA Knight as well.
Let's move on because it's very hard not to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm even
you're
doing
doing
it
it.
now myself. No, I said yeah. I didn't say yeah.
Well, now you just did.
Well, now I did. I imposed that challenge on you. I didn't impose it on anybody else. Anyway, moving on.
Success.
We've got Rey Mysterio defending his newly won U.S. Championship against Austin Theory. And Tarek, it's your pick up first. Who do you got for this one?
I'll tell you who I don't want to win. This is who I don't want to win. I don't want to see another Austin Theory United States Championship run. Absolutely not. His last title reign was just okay. To say it was a disappointment is a complete and utter understatement. I mean, goddamn. Do you even remember that anything from that reign other than just John Cena kind of super Cena-ing whatever momentum he had out the window at WrestleMania? I mean, shit. Um, I'm gonna go with Rey Mysterio to successfully defend because I think they're saving a feud with Santos Escobar. That match is just inevitable in my opinion.
All right. With that, Brian, it's your pick up next. Who you got? Ray or Austin?
Yeah, agreed. I don't. Austin Theory is his stock is so low right now that I don't think hot potatoing the title back to him is going to salvage that. They need to go back to the drawing board with that dude, and you're not taking the title off of Ray until you get that title match between him and Escobar.
Might as well put Austin Theory back in the way.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's look, you've got ready-made money right there with a with a title match between Escobar and Mysterio. There's no need to overthink it. You that match needs the title, and because I heard people talking online about Santos Escobar costing Rey Mysterio the match and the title, and I'm like, no, why would he do that? He wants to face Mysterio for the title. Why would he? Why would he cost him the title? That's stupid. So yeah, Rey Mysterio all the way. Then go back to the drawing board with Theory, and we can try again in a year or two.
Yeah, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio for all the reasons Tarek just said. Just move on. The big match is Ray versus Santos Escobar, and we all know it. Jay, do we have an accord?
We do have an accord. I'm going to definitely go with Rey Mysterio, even though I think Santos Escobar sucks ass. But what are you going to do?
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, Jeremy, it's all just build to whoever wins that one will eventually lose the title to L.A. Knight.
You can
I'm
say it
okay with
now.
that.
It's okay.
I can say it now?
Yeah, you can say it now.
I don't believe you. I feel like if I say it, you're just gonna be like, "Ha, you can't do it. You can't go without an episode without going for it."
It's technically, I just gave you 30 seconds to give your prediction without saying, yeah, it's not the entire show.
Oh, if that's the case, then okay. Future United States champion, L.A. Knight. Yeah.
There you go. Don't you
Oh, that
feel so much
feels
better?
it really does feel so much better to do it.
There you go. Happy to help. Anyway, moving on to the women's division, we've got Rhea Ripley defending her women's championship against Raquel Rodriguez. She's smiling, she's got it back, but is she going to have a strap at the end of the night? Brian, it's your pickup first. Who do you got?
Hell no. Muscle Mommy in my easiest pick of both nights. Ray Ripley is going to win this one. They had a great match down in NXT when they were both still down there. I think they can have a great match here. I think they will because there's only 6 matches on a 3-hour card. I think this is getting 15 to 20 minutes. So it's like, yeah, let them actually showcase Raquel Rodriguez a little bit, but you can't after that ultimatum she laid down, you can't have her lose.
Not for nothing. I just don't think that this version of Raquel is going to be the right person to take it off. If we got NXT Raquel Rodriguez, yeah, then maybe Mommy's title would be in danger. But right now, it's Rhea all the way. Jay, how about you? Which way are you going for this one?
Going Rhea Ripley 100%. Muscle Mommy's not losing.
And Tarek, do we have an accord, sir?
We definitely have an accord. I don't main roster, Raquel Rodriguez is quite possibly the most bland character I have seen on WWE television in such a long time.
But
She
but Tarek, she's got a back and she's happy about it. What more illuminating character work can you possibly expect?
Turner.
She's happy
Make her
and she's
good.
got a back at the same time.
Whoop-de-doo. What does it all mean, Basil?
It means she's got a really big back, and that makes her very, very happy. Like
Yay.
the depth is there. You just can't see it, man.
From a guy who likes to look into depth of storytelling, there is zero depth. There is a zero feud, man. I mean, holy Christmas. Like the whole story. Oh, Raquel hurt her leg, even though she can't act for shit when she actually got injured. Um, but man, it's like, all right, she'll get her title match whenever she feels better. I feel better. Let's have a title match. That's your feud. Uh, yeah, Rhea Ripley, hands down, she's holding that thing till WrestleMania.
That I'm not sure if I would go quite that far, but it's not the craziest prediction in the world.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think who on Raw could be a good person to give her a decent title feud between now and then. All I can think of is Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler. And maybe Zoe Stark. I mean, her stock is kind of rising, but in all honesty, I'll save that part in for later, but
Oh yeah, for
really
sure.
all you have is really Shayna Baszler and Becky Lynch. And if you're gonna have a title match between one of those women, that's a WrestleMania level match. I don't see anything in maybe Shayna gets Survivor Series and Becky Lynch gets WrestleMania just because of name power alone. But yeah, that's the one disappointing thing about Rhea Ripley's title reign is that she hasn't really had any good meaty feuds to really make this reign memorable. It's just been squash match after squash match. This is the first of her reign that's actually gonna be a nice, decent long match. So, I mean, yes, we're gonna get a very good match out of this one, but Raquel Rodriguez's stock is just so low. The crowd just is not invested in this current character. Honestly, at this point, she needs this. She needs something. She needs a character before, as you said, Jeff. She's just I'm a happy-go-lucky babyface that has a really muscular back, but Rhea Ripley has a better looking back in my opinion.
Besides,
Uh,
the back queen of WWE has already run out her contract, but we don't talk about that tragedy anymore. Anyway, moving on to the next match on the card, which is Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. We're finally getting the match. It's my pick up first, so I'm just going to say it. I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. This thing needs to end already. The end. Moving on. Jay, what do you got?
Becky Lynch. Next.
Tarek, who do you got?
I'm also going to go with Becky Lynch, but I'm not going to be as hard on like let's get this over with as you two guys are. I mean, I don't blame them for the stock in this feud that dropping so hard. I mean, this match was supposed to be at SummerSlam, and for reasons, it got dropped. It reached that point where you have the feud, it's at its hottest, you have it at SummerSlam, and then you pull it, and now you gotta find some way to keep it going till the next event. So booking really hurt this match more than anything else. This match is going to be so much fun. And with what I was hinting at earlier, I think with Trish Stratus actually saying that she's going to be staying a while after this, I think her and Zoe Stark are going for the tag team titles.
That would be an interesting pick. We'll have to see. That'll probably be one of the more interesting aspects of the fallout of this match.
Although to be
But
fair, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven is kind of an interesting is
I just
interesting
like
though.
that team. I do.
I kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, I like that she's like they're having Piper Niven be I'm a I'm a big girl. I'm being booked as kind of a monster heel. So I want you don't have a tag partner for your tag team championship. I'm taking it, you're dealing with it, and you have nothing to say about it. And I'm just like, you know
Love it.
what? I kind of dig. I like their oddball couple. So I want to see what they can do with it,
I think we're gonna see plenty. But
hopefully.
Brian, before we move on, Becky, Trish, who you going with?
Yeah, I agree with Tarek. The feud wasn't that bad until the booking disaster that was SummerSlam. Whatever happened there, just once again, WWE doing wrong by its women's division. That's the bugaboo between both brands, AEW and WWE. They're both doing their women's division wrong and harm with how they book everything. So I don't blame the participants. But yeah, there's no way Trish Stratus wins this match. This is a blow off match to end the feud that went longer than it should have. And the right call is for Becky Lynch to win here.
All right. And with
I
that,
did say I did give my
yes.
prediction, right? I feel like I defended it without giving the predict. I gave my prediction, right?
Oh no, yeah, you put down Becky Lynch.
Okay. I just
Yeah.
remember talking about defending, like, wait, did I actually give my prediction?
Oh yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay.
Don't
Good to
I got you
know.
covered.
You said that was the first thing you said before you went to your defense.
I remember just going straight to the defense, and I'm like, wait, did I put in the prediction? I just want to make
Don't
sure.
worry. I trust me, I got you. It was like a half a second, but I got you.
Okay. It was such a quick half a second that even I forgot.
Anywho, Jay, this will bring us to our final pick for Payback. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship. We've got Seth freaking Rollins, excuse me, defending his championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. Which way you going for this, Jay?
Oh, it breaks my heart to do this, but I want to see Shinsuke win that title. I want to see him win. Finally get what he finally deserves in this company that can't book him for shit. But it's going to be Seth freaking Rollins. There, I said it.
All right. Tarek, who do you got for this one?
I am also gonna go with Seth frickin' Rollins, but I am also with you, Jay. I really want Shinsuke to win a main roster world title in this company. But as long as they don't push, if they just don't like push him down or keep him in a main event level after this, because now that he actually feels like he wants to be there again, I feel like it's inevitable that he'll get some sort of world title reign. Um, my biggest feeling on this one is now this match needs to close the show. This needs to be the main event because if anything else is the main event, then the the fact that you're going to the whole trying to build credibility in this new world title is just thrown out the window because it's if it's not main eventing. But I think it is going to main event because of what's going to happen after this match. But I think we all know where that's going with. So I'll just save that for you guys or save that for my Undisputed Scholars partner.
That being said, it's your turn. Brian, what do you got for this one?
For the match itself, okay, Seth Rollins to retain.
Throw the card, Brian. Throw the card.
But here's the deal. They've gone too far into the injuries that Seth is going through right now. He's got a really bad back. Okay, it's the storyline. It's why Shinsuke Nakamura took the opportunity to do what he did and to get his shot. Okay, so based off of the ultimatum that was given on Monday, And based off of what I had happening in the tag team title match earlier in the show, the prophecy will come true in a different way. And in order to ensure that I get points off of this, I as well. Jeff did it last show. Jeff did it at SummerSlam. I am doing it now. I am putting in my cash-in card because I think with the storyline that's been given for this match, they did that for a reason, and it wasn't for Shinsuke. Shinsuke is going to beat him up. He's not going to be able to get the 3. Damian Priest is going to be pissed because of what happened earlier in the night, and he's going to remember Muscle Mommy's ultimatum, and he's going to take care of business at the end of the show, and that's how Judgment Day gets more belts. Damian Priest becomes your new World Heavyweight Champion.
All right, cashing cards on the table. But as far as I'm concerned, it's not going to mean a bit of difference because for this one, I'm going to be bold. I'm going to say Nakamura wins it. Whether there's a cash in or not, I think that this is going to be Nakamura's night. He's going to get that reward that he so richly deserves, and I think he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So I'm going to go with Nakamura to win.
Wow.
Insert
I hope you're
shock
right.
face.
I hope you are right.
I wish could probably just see my reaction. As soon as you said it, I was just going, just
I'm
silent.
doing it.
Trust me, I'm with Jeremy. I want you to be right. I want
Yes.
Nakamura to win a world title. I will be jumping for joy to be proven wrong on this one. Because let's be clear. Seth Rollins' world title reign, he's a good choice to be your inaugural champion. But really look at it, this title reign has not been anything spectacular.
Yeah, this needs something different. And I think that's I'm just going off of vibes only for this one. I think this title needs a new something. I think Nakamura at this point in his career is that something. So I know it's a gamble, but hey, we're not here to play safe tonight. We're here to go for the gold. And I'm going to be defending my gold.
I
Take
also
off, more power to you.
Yeah, I also agree that the title needs a new something. I just think it comes in a different color. No.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Like you go for the Judgment Day purple over the Nakamura, what, red?
Red. I get it. But yeah, those are our predictions for Payback. As always, if new matches are going to be announced, we will add those to our running totals. But until we get all that,
I don't think there's going to be a new match. Triple H likes his low number cards for especially for B pay-per-views. I think he saves the large number cards for like the big 5, like Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series. I think he saves it for those. For like B level pay-per-views just like this, I think it's going to stay a very low number card. We're going to get a decent run time. We're going to get great matches. This show is most likely going to be like a sleeper hit.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything you're saying. Honestly, I was just using that as a segue into our next and final event of the weekend. That is AEW All Out. And we're kicking things off with a TNT title match. We've got Luchasaurus defending the title against Darby Allin. Scholar Tarek, it's your pick up first. So you got between Luchasaurus and Darby Allin.
Shit. I forgot this match existed. Wow.
No pressure here.
Did he get this one because him and Sting won the coffin match at
No,
All In?
this was made before.
Okay, because I don't remember this match being built, at all. Oh yeah, they did hint at it at Collision, didn't they? How he's
Yeah,
pointing out that Christian's not the real TNT champion.
yeah,
Okay.
this has been a feud that's been built on Collision only. So if you only watch Dynamite or anything like that, you're gonna miss.
I mean, I
You're,
kind of hope so with Collision being on
yeah,
TNT and Dynamite being on TBS. It makes sense for the TNT champion to be on the TNT show. Um, I'm gonna go with Luchasaurus. It just seems like the better option to keep it with Christian Cage. And I'm saying that, so it's kind of it means that much. I just don't see the point of giving it to Darby Allin.
And with
But
that,
that's just a personal thing.
Brian, it's your pick up next. Who do you got?
I think with all the switching around that the TNT title has gone through, and Darby Allin said it himself, it's like the TNT title isn't the same as what it once was. It used to be the
Nope.
number two, that it used to be the number two title, and it's been overtaken in a big way by the international title, and it's because of all the hot potato switching that the TNT title has gone through. And when it's your challenger saying it, and Luchasaurus hasn't held the title for that long, and let's face it, that entire dynamic is so much fun.
Hmm.
Like this is the most enjoyment I've gotten out of Christian Cage since the whiny crybaby tantrum guy in the Invasion era. Okay, but it's like everything about Christian Cage is hitting on every cylinder right now for me personally. Okay, and I think there's still more room for that story to grow. So I agree. I don't think you should switch the title right now, even though it's Darby Allin. So I think it will be his third time
Hmm.
holding it.
It would be his
I'm
third
like
reign. Four?
it
That
for
was fourth.
Yeah,
well
I think it might be his fourth.
Let's find out.
if it's his fourth, that's way too much in the short history of the TNT title. That's way too many. So I wouldn't give him the title. And he got the win at all. A lot of my picks for this show are going to be based off of who won and lost last weekend.
Nope, I was
Darby
wrong.
Allin
It's
got
gonna
the
be
win in the Darby Allin got the win in the coffin match,
Three.
and
I was wrong. Sorry, I thought it was
and
fourth.
and Darby Allin got the win in the coffin match. Therefore, Luchasaurus will retain the TNT title.
Yeah, as much as I'm a real big fan of Darby Allin, I agree that they need to bring back some prestige. I think that Darby, if they bring back the prestige that the TNT title used to have, I think that Darby could eventually go on to be like the Chris Jericho type figure of that division. But until that time, it all begins with Luchasaurus having a much more lengthy, prolific reign with the title. Jeremy, do we have an accord?
I'm a huge Darby Allin fan. I really am. He's scrappy. I love what he's doing. I can't in this one. It's Luchasaurus is going to retain. It's just for some reason, anytime someone wins the TNT title three times, it's either they get injured, they leave the company, or something else. There's just something up that I don't see him winning the title a third time.
Fair enough.
Before we move on, this kind of just popped in my head, us discussing a way to bring back lineage, or not lineage, like prestige back to the TNT championship. How would you guys, I'm gonna throw in a scholar's quick talk on this one. How about as an idea for someone to actually beat Luchasaurus, someone coming in that has quite a history with Christian Cage, Adam Copeland comes in and wins the TNT Championship his first night in AEW.
No,
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
no, he retired. He's done. Sorry, you don't get another
I'm
shot
not
in our
even
company.
saying I'm not saying he's retired. He's done. It's just like if he's going to retire in AEW, I don't want him and Christian to be enemies. I want there to be the tag match between the Hardys and Edge and Christian. I don't even want to see Adam Copeland with a title in AEW. I want he would do for me. He would be the nostalgia act.
Okay.
So it's not that I think your idea is a bad idea. I just personally don't want to see it.
Not
Yeah,
even
I'm not a
that.
fan.
I think it's more like this is just my opinion. I don't think it's very likely. Not even just the whole putting him in the TNT title aspect. I'm still not convinced that we're going to be seeing him in AEW at all.
Same.
I'm fully accepting that I could be totally wrong. It's up to him where he chooses to go. And it's not a 0% chance. I'm just maybe it's like maybe a 20-25% chance. I'm not going to go full Steiner math, but you know what I mean.
Interesting. I'm surprised everyone was just so turned. It's like, absolutely not on it. I'm thinking this would be, I actually think it would be so much fun. Just be like, oh, I see what you're doing with this title. Mind if I have a go at it?
I
And when,
say that knowing fully well there is
I
a
want to see,
chance I could be wrong.
I want to see Edge spear a dinosaur.
And it would be awesome. I don't
that
doubt
could
that for
still
a second.
that could still happen. I just don't want to see it with a title attached.
This is why we love wrestling, right? It's full of possibilities. But speaking of possibilities, next match we've got Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Brian, you're up next. Who do you got?
I honestly think this match is gonna go to a draw, but if I have to pick a winner, it's got to be Miro. Hobbs has been dominating this feud, at least physically. So when they get into the match, if there has to be a winner, I'm going with Miro. But I actually think it's going to be a draw, double count out, double DQ, whatever. I don't think there's going to be like an actual legit winner. But if I have to pick one, it's Miro.
I will not agree with you with with that quite to that extent, but the victor is going to be the same. I'm going to go with Miro as well. Jeremy, who are you going for this one?
3 for 3. We're gonna go with Miro.
All right. And Tarek, back to you. Do we have an accord, sir?
We do have an accord. I actually completely forgot that Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs are actually in a feud. Um, this is just a heart thing for me. I love Miro so much, and I'm just wanting to just see him collect W after W after W.
Hey, that's perfectly fair. Sometimes you got to go with your heart on these kinds of picks.
Hmm.
But elsewhere, next match on the card, we've got for the TBS championship, we've got Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho. It's my pick up first, and I'll be honest, this one was a kind of a tough one for me. As much as I think that Ruby could absolutely win this, I'm just not sold on that enough to go with Ruby. So I'm going to go with Chris Statlander to win. Jeremy, who are you going for this one?
It's a decent match, and I personally feel that, like you said, Ruby Soho could win. She definitely deserves the title. She's worked herself to the bone. She's worked really hard at like earning her spot, but I just feel with the Outcasts breaking up, it's going to be Statlander because Statlander's just going to keep that belt and have more title defenses than Jade Cargill ever will.
All right. We got another one for Statlander. Tarek, who are you going for?
I'm gonna go with Chris Statlander, just mainly just mainly just because I just love the whole topic of Ruby Soho always getting title shots and just not getting it, no matter what company she's in. She's never gonna get a title. It's also kind of just sad because I really like Ruby. But it's just
Does suck.
now come to the point where it's just kind of hysterical with that no matter where she is, with all these title opportunities she's given, she just can't get it. And also just thinking about the long run, I mean, this isn't gonna change anything. Like this, giving her a title win is not gonna raise her stocks in anything. Hell, even the TBS title isn't raising Chris Statlander stocks, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be Chris Statlander to win.
And finally, Brian, it's up to you. Who do you got? Do we have another accord?
We have an accord. I think that it's going to be because of Outcast drama that Ruby Soho loses, and I think that's what causes the entire group to implode because
right.
it's still kind of hanging on by a thread, really. Like they haven't really broken up, but it's like we know it's coming. But if whatever's going on between Tony and Soraya affects Ruby Soho in this match, then we can start the full blown implosion coming out of the pay per view. So I think that's what's going to happen. Kristen Statlander's going to win because of outside shenanigans from the other two members of the Outcasts.
All right. With that, we're moving on to our next match, and that is a tag match. We've got Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata versus the Blackpool Combat Club's Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Jaybird, it's your pick up next. Who do you got for the tag match?
I knew I was going to get this match. Of all the matches, I knew I was going to get this one. This is the one I did not want to start with, but for later on predictions, I'm going to have to go with Blackpool Combat Club. As much as I'm a diehard Eddie Kingston fan, I got to go with Blackpool Combat Club for the win.
I think I know the answer to this, but Tarek, who are you going with here?
Not Eddie Kingston.
I figured as much.
I'm going with my love, Claudio Castagnoli. I mean, hell, Eddie got a good win on Dynamite, and with Claudio not even acknowledging his existence when helping Wheeler out, it's just more unnecessary. Like, it's just more fun, stupid drama that I'm just so into. It's like Claudio just has to stand there, and he's just living rent free in Eddie Kingston's head, and I just love it. But Eddie Kingston got his big win on Dynamite. Wheeler, I just want to see Claudio just win on him again, just because Claudio's the love of my life, and I I just hate to see him lose, and he's not going to.
All right, and that brings us to Brian. Who you got?
I can't wait to see Tarek's inevitable reaction when Eddie Kingston beats Claudio Castagnoli for the ROH title
Not wait for
later
that
on
moment
this year.
too.
Oh,
You
However,
said it, not me.
oh, trust me,
however,
that's gonna happen. They're building up for that nonsense
yeah.
because
How,
Claudio deserves a much bigger title than the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. Keep Eddie Kingston away. That'll be the biggest thing he'll win.
I don't think so because that's going to lead into my prediction later too. But it's the deal here is okay. Claudio is going to do something very mean, very rude to Eddie Kingston in order to win this match, and that will amp up this feud to actually begin. Like you've had the build up of just them being just being little shit stirrers to each other for the last couple months, and that's
Okay,
all well
last
and
couple
good.
of decades.
But well, I mean, like actually on TV, actually in AEW and ROH, not on the indies that I was unable to watch at the time. But in order to bring it into the new age casual fan mind, okay, they've been just stirring the pot, over and over again for the last couple months. Now Claudio needs to do something to kick it into high gear so that they can start the build to, what is it? That's before Dishonor?
I
Mhm.
believe
Is that
so, yes.
Yeah, it
okay?
is.
Yeah, that's going to be the main event. You know that. So now
Duh.
it's time to actually so now it's actually time to start the build up for that match to happen. And to do that, okay, Eddie Kingston doesn't take the pin here.
Oh
Okay,
no, not at all.
that's what Shibata's here for. and, and, and that's what's going to happen. Claudio's going to pin Shibata.
And I'm going to completely second all of that. I am very happy that my guy Eddie got plenty of stuff in his corner. He got a win at Wembley. He got enough wins, but then if regardless of whether they keep this going on to the ROH title or not, which I hope they do, it's gotta be Claudio's gotta get a win here. He's due.
He's
And
going
they
to
need
get a
to,
win here.
yes, and he absolutely will.
And
So
then he'll
yeah,
lose at Death Before Dishonor, and then we'll listen to Tarek scream.
No,
and
I won't scream. I'll just be like, oh, good. Now Claudio can go for bigger and better things.
that's what I like about you. You're ever the optimist.
When it comes to Claudio, I'm always the optimist. He has my heart and he has my penis. So
We know, sir. We know.
I just have to keep reminding everyone.
Get the towels. Claudio's got to be on TV. Get the
And
bath towels ready.
Oh,
and
there was
speaking of towels,
like that's what this pillow was for. When all he did was show up just to pick up Wheeler Yuta and Dynamite, and I was just like, oh, he's so beautiful.
well, speaking of towels, I'm using that as a segue to our next match. We've got Samoa Joe defending his ROH TV championship against Shane Taylor. Tarek, it's your pickup first. Who are you going
This match
with?
is going to be awesome. I think this has the potential of being a match stealer. I'm going to go with Samoa Joe. It's Samoa Joe. I want him to hold that title forever.
Fair enough. Brian, your pickup next. Who do you got?
Yeah, this match is going to be great. A lot of people sleep on Shane Taylor. You shouldn't.
No,
But
absolutely not.
but it's what but what this is an enhancement match to get Samoa Joe on the pay-per-view. We all know that, but it's it's like showcase Shane Taylor, put him in the mind of people, because maybe he'll get some AEW show opportunities off of this match with Samoa Joe. He's not gonna win, not a chance in hell. Samoa Joe is gonna pick up the win, but this is about Samoa Joe getting on a pay-per-view and people getting their eyes opened to the talents of Shane Taylor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Samoa Joe just because I like Samoa Joe. Jeremy, who you got?
What's my name?
Jumanji, whatever the hell your name is.
The English is good.
I'm tripping over my words. I'm
He
starting.
speaks. He speaks works good.
I too talk the words good. Jumanji, what's her name? Say the name.
Anywho, it's gonna be not no, I can't even talk. Death Before Dishonor. It's gonna be a
The
final
disease
battle.
is
It's gonna be
spreading.
yeah, it does like a plague. No, it's gonna be at a final battle. It's gonna be Casanova versus Kingston. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this match. Shane Taylor and Samoa Joe. It's gonna be like you all said, it's a sleeper match because Shane Taylor is so talented and he doesn't get the credit he deserves for how good he is. Is he going to beat Samoa Joe? No. Was it supposed to be CM Punk versus Samoa Joe at this pay-per-view? Yes, but dumbass got himself suspended again. Anyway, but I'm still looking forward to this pay-per-view.
He was going to go against Ricky Starks. That's what the reports were saying. He was going against Ricky Starks on this one.
Well, dumbass got himself suspended, so I'm happy. Thank you, Jack Perry.
Oh boy. Well,
Unnecessary drama.
Oh, is there
I
any
remember
other
when
time?
he was such. I remember when he was such a fanboy. How the tables have turned.
Not much of an asshole. You end up on my shit list. So
Well, be that as it may, we also have other good things to look forward to, thank goodness. We've got, for the Ring of Honor tag titles, we've got Adam Cole and MJF defending their belts against, spoilers for
Rampage.
Rampage, thank you.
Yep.
I don't know, kept wanting to say Collision, but whatever. Spoilers for Rampage in 3, 2. They're defending the titles against Dark Order. So yeah, Adam Cole, better than you, Bebe, versus Dark Order. Brian, your pick up next. What do you got?
They're not losing before they face the Kingdom. That's who they're losing to. Because because that will continue that little storyline they've got going on. This once again is an enhancement match. You get John Silver and you get Alex Reynolds. You get them on the pay-per-view. You get them a payday. They go 10 minutes. They get beat by Better Than You, Bebe. They take the kangaroo kick. They take the double clothesline. Bob's your uncle. We're out. MJF, Adam Cole win.
Sold. As much as I really want to see the Dark Order get their time to shine, for right now, I feel like this is gonna be all that's it for them. Adam Cole and MJF for the win. Jeremy, you're up next. Who do you got?
I also want to see Dark Order finally get a push in AEW, but what are you going to do? It's going to be Better Than You, baby, winning those belts. Not winning, sorry, retaining those belts. Dark Order has to take care of the Righteous first, then they can move on. But they got to get through Better Than You, baby.
Hey, not for nothing, I would love to see that match too. So it's not all bad. Tark, do we have an accord?
We do. I don't even know why they should have just had the Kingdom win this tag battle royal. Maybe they're saving it for Death Before Dishonor. I don't know, but this match is just a complete waste of time. Cole and MJF are winning. Moving on.
That's Before Dishonor was in July, Tark.
Final battle.
Final
Final
battle.
battle. No, you're fine.
Thank you. They're
You're
saving
welcome.
it for
Wait a minute.
they're saving it for final battle, but even so, this is just a waste. This is honestly just a waste of time. This is just for them to have Cole and MJF on the card. Yay.
Complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Next match we've got for an 8-man tag match. We've got Bullet Club Gold going against the team of FTR and the Young Bucks. I'll be honest, this one was a little bit tough for me, but I'm going to go with Bullet Club Gold to win this one. I feel like not only do they need a victory here, but I feel like FTR and the Young Bucks, they're two great tag teams, but they're not a 4-man unit like Bullet Club Gold is. I feel like Bullet Club Gold needs a little bit more momentum in their side, so I'm going to go with Bullet Club Gold for the win. Jay, who do you got for this one?
The only point I disagree with you, Jeff, is that Bullet Club Gold is red hot right now. Juice Robinson has been on almost every single collision since the show started. I'm going with Bullet Club Gold as well. I think they need the win, but they deserve the win. You had two of the best tag teams this past Sunday face each other, put a banger of a match on. I just don't see them getting a win a week later. Give it to the Bang Bang Gang. Let's go.
All right, Tarek, your pick up next. Who do you got?
Bullet Club Gold is gonna take this one. Yeah, they're very hot right now. I mean, uh didn't they just have a match at All Out? I know Jay White did.
Yeah, they beat the Golden
Yeah, they put
Elite.
the Golden League. Thank you. Jesus Christ. It's not even a week and I'm already forgetting matches on the card. Um Granted, I forgot what Ring of Honor pay-per-view is next. Um but yeah, keep that momentum going. Uh it seems the story is just continuing the feud of Young Bucks and FTR is just it's the tag team rendition of Can They Coexist story. And I just don't see that happening. Keep the gold flowing in the Bullet Club. Yeah, keep it going there.
And Brian, do we have yet another Accord, sir?
Yeah, it's like Bullet Club Gold is the hottest thing in AEW that isn't MJF and Adam Cole. Okay, it's like right below them on the list of performers that are absolutely insanely hot right now. And look, you got FTR and the Young Bucks. FTR's mad at the Young Bucks because the Young Bucks didn't shake their hands after the match at All Out, and all of a sudden they're going to be teaming up against Bullet Club Gold. That's not going to work out. A well-ironed unit against two tag teams that are mad at each other because they didn't shake hands. They're the two best tag teams in the world, but that's not going to overcome their issues. Bullet Club Gold, bang bang gang, win.
All right, good stuff. That will lead us into our penultimate match of the evening. We've got Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita. Jay, it's your pick up next. Who do you got?
I can probably already see where this is going to go with our whole group of picks. You know me. I'm going to go with Kenny Omega. I think he needs to finally not banish, vanquish Kenoste, Takeshita and Kalish. He needs to get rid of him. Let's blow this match off and let Kenny go do something else. But I can kind of tell where the rest of you guys go. So have at you, gentlemen.
Tarek, it's up to you. Who do you got?
Actually, this one's actually kind of a tough one because I feel like the I think I said this last week. It's build up. It's this whole thing is just build up for Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. Uh, and I think they're going to continue that flow. I think Takeshita needs the win more than anything, but I think he's just the stepping stone for the inevitable match between Omega and Ospreay. So I'm going to pick Kenny Omega.
Interesting. Brian, how about you? Which way are you going for this one?
This is actually really tough
Right? Oh my goodness.
because they're gonna do Omega versus Osprey at the NJPW show in the Tokyo Dome in January. Okay, and you need something to bridge the gap. So here's where I'm going. Um, I don't think they're done after this match. I don't think this is the feud ender. I think that Takeshita got the pin with a roll up in a 6-man tag. What if he does it again 1-on-1?
It's possible.
And then Kenny Omega wins the blow off at Full Gear
Hmm.
when that comes up. So I'm like, because they're gonna wait. That's a Tokyo Dome match because that's probably also going to be Ospreay's last match under contract for NJPW. So they're going to blow it off in a big way. So they're not going to hold that match before, and uh you still have 4 months build up at this point. So you can still keep Takeshita, Callis, and Omega on the board. So I don't think you have Kenny Omega win here and blow off the feud. I think you have Takeshita get a bullshit win again, and we just keep this thing going until Full Gear. Takeshita to win.
That's fair.
Good. You had me worried that it was gonna be everyone going Omega but me. I am also going with Takeshita just because I feel like he needs a lot more. He needs a little bit more cement himself right now. And like you said, they're going to be setting up another match with him and Osprey. And let's be real, at this point, Kenny Omega to the AEW audience is pretty much Teflon. So he can take the loss, he can be a little bit generous, and Takesha can take that next step up. And if they do have another match in this series between Omega and Takeshita, then I don't think anyone would have a problem with that one.
You had me wrong. I thought it was going to be 3-on-1. So okay, it was. You did prove me wrong.
Hey, see, lots of surprises. But anyway, that brings us to our final match that we're going to be predicting this evening. We've got Orange Cassidy defending his international championship against Jon Moxley. Tarek, it's your final pick of the evening. Which way you going?
It's actually kind of funny that I actually have this match. I'm first on this one, because I've made it perfectly clear on this show. Orange Cassidy's international title reign has been one of the best things in pro wrestling, period, this past year. Orange Cassidy has made the international title so prestigious with this just amazing title reign. He made that the number 2. He completely blew away the prestige of the TNT Championship with this one title reign alone. And now it's up further. Now he's fighting Moxley for it. And I actually look at this as and how he had his promo on Dynamite. I think this is the proper send-off for his title reign. I think Moxley's going to win, and it's going to be like a good clean sweep for Blackpool Combat Club on this show.
Okay. Brian, it's your final pick up. What do you got?
I thought I was going to be the only one because here's my thought. Okay, there is no wrong answer
Mm-hmm.
for this match. Okay, there is no bad scenario here. Okay, I would be perfectly fine with Jon Moxley putting over Orange Cassidy. My only issue would be Jon Moxley is a final boss type character in AEW. When you beat him, where do you go after? I know you go up, but I mean, like, what do you do with that title afterwards? I mean, that's I think I hate to say it. He's, I think he's done all he can do with that title, and I think there's a way you can play it. Okay, the entire time that he's held this belt, he's been taking risks. He defended it in a battle royal, for God's sake.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
he's been doing all this, and you can play it off like he's in in a week and a half time span. He will have had 4 matches. He would
That's
have defended the title against Wheeler Yuta. He would have faced off in a stadium stampede. He had the match against Penta, and now he got ballsy and he challenged. It wasn't Moxley doing it. You can play it off like he finally bit off more than he can chew.
That's what I love
Okay,
about this reign in general is that the whole story of Cassidy's title reign is he is taking match after match after match, week after week after week in different shows, and it has it is just completely bashing him down. He is a completely different character. He's a completely different person after since winning that thing. He is broken with how much that title has put so much weight on him that and he's been fighting that weight all in all, and now it's his body, the question is how much longer can his body take it? And that is
and
quite possibly one of the most endearing character traits for this. And that's what helped made this title prestigious. That's what his stock has skyrocketed. He is now a completely made man because of this title reign. And that's just phenomenal. And like you said, where can you go? Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm like you go up as a character, but there's nowhere else for you to go with this title now.
Hmm.
It's okay for you to drop it, especially when the guy you drop it to is gonna do everything you did with the title and more, because he's probably gonna go to all those indies that he goes to, and he's probably gonna defend the title in those. So it's like you're not taking a chance and ruining the prestige of the title with the next guy you drop it to, because the guy you drop it to is the ace of the company. And then
Yep.
you can go with my plan, you can go win that tournament, and then you can face MJF for the title at Grand Slam.
Hmm.
And then
So
John and I've got John Moxley winning the title here. I've got the story going as Orange Cassidy finally bit off more than he can chew, and his body just couldn't take it anymore, and Moxley got him.
I'm conv
And
I'm convinced it's going to win by a knockout. I don't think he's going to pin or submit Cassidy. He's going to keep kicking out just to keep showing how tough he is. And Moxley's just going to
I th- I think
elbow the shit out of him where
I
it's just
think
going to be a complete
Moxley's gonna
knockout.
I think Moxley's gonna choke him out with that rear naked choke he does.
Mm.
He's gonna
hmm.
make him pass out.
Yeah, it's not he's not submitting, he's not being pinned. That's clear for me.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see. I think you're right. I think with the way they've been really setting this up, once again, Orange Cassidy at this point, especially with that last promo, he's made himself Teflon. And I think there's a great story to be told here of eventually, as good as Orange Cassidy is, eventually something's got to give. I think it's going to give tonight, and I think Moxley is going to become the new champion. Jaybird, final pick of the evening. Do we have an accord?
We do not actually. I see it differently. Everybody's made a lot of good points, a lot of good arguments, but I feel that the all in, like I said, the international title should go to an international superstar. I feel that literally to take Cassidy to the next level, you have to have him beat Moxley. After that promo, you said he's one of the top stars in AEW. Stadium Stampede, he was a scrappy, ballsy guy who actually went to town against Moxley and everybody else. The broken glass. He took the fork shots in the head. Come on. Cassidy is ready for the next level, but I don't think he should lose to Moxley. Like everybody says, oh, Moxley, his body's broken. He's beaten Moxley. He's going to tap him out. He's going to knock him out. I say to raise his stock, let him beat Moxley. Let him get the little shady pin at the end. Literally, like have him put the bulldog choke on him and have Cassidy reverse it, get the pin that way, and then give it to like a new and up and coming star, an international star. It's an international title. Let someone else like that have the title. That's just how I see it. I'm going to stick with Cassidy retaining. This is the toughest pick. I have to go with Cassidy. I think winning against Moxley would be a major, major thing for him to do. Because how many people have beaten Moxley?
5. And as I said, okay, there is no wrong answer here. Okay, it's like there is nothing you can do to fuck this up. Okay, any outcome and any outcome is a good outcome because there's storyline implications everywhere you turn. Now, my question to you, Jaybird, since we're not all on the same page here, who specifically would you have beat Orange Cassidy? Because if he goes over Moxley and holds the title, I don't see anyone on this roster who can beat him.
I do. We just have to wait for his contract to expire. Osprey. Boom. Lawyer. There you go.
Osprey's a good.
Interesting.
My personal choice was going to be Miro if that's the case, but
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. But I think Osprey.
Osprey's a good one actually.
Yeah, we got a lot of.
I was gonna. One last thing, and then I'm sorry, Devin.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
With the fact that Moxley's only lost to 5 people, come on, what a feather in the cap it would be of Cassidy to win. He beat Jericho for crying out loud. Come on. Just saying.
Hey, you're not too off base. It
As
could
I said,
happen.
as I said, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong either, Brian. I'm just saying it's going to be a great main event. If they end the show with that, that's what I would love. That's
this match is ending the show.
They have to. After
this
that
match
promo, it has
definitely
to happen.
Yeah, this match is this match is closure, and that's another reason that the prestige of that title. It's main eventing a pay-per-view.
Hey,
that's just great.
I'll tell you what. The more we talk about this show, the more I'm actually getting excited about it. So just the possibilities now we're going over every single match. I'm very, very much looking forward to it. But anyway, in any event, those are our picks for both shows. Our picks have been locked in, but now is a point in the show where we turn it back over to you, our fellow fans. Who do you think is going to walk away with a victory at Payback? Who's going to come away with a win at All Out? No matter what you think,
who's going to be Scholars of Wrestling champion?
Am I going to defend my title, or is there going to be a new champion? Whatever you think, let us know all across the internet. YouTube comments, Facebook posts, and of course, the Twitter/X machines, wherever we are. We want to be hearing from you every single step of the way. So if you want to follow the conversation on Twitter, I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't care.
Yeah, just call it that.
No
one cares.
Go with it.
You can reach me, your next Scholars of Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, at the Avatar.
And Scholar Brian, where can they reach you?
You can find me sitting back watching the chaos at Atomic Beanpole.
And Scholar Jeremy, where can they reach you?
You can possibly find me crawling my way out of the hole I'm at to have 2 titles on each of my shoulders at Hero Huey 360.
From someone who had 2 belts on their shoulders, it is a good feeling. I will give you that.
Yes, it is.
It's empty and it's got a
first ever, baby. First ever.
Nice.
And you can find me retaining everything that I am owed at I'm Robbie Rage.
Oh, that's coming back to the Undisputed Scholars, baby.
Cut through all the nonsense, join in the conversation yourself, and for all of these relevant social media links and much more, check us out at our link tree at the link in this description below. That's linktree/Scholars of Wrestling. And with that, we are finally out. We have a lot of wrestling to prepare for this week, but you already knew that because you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Get ready for another action-packed weekend.